Just waiting only for Instagram to connect. Hope it will connect. Okay, try it one more time. If not, I just will start and yeah. Instagram will just maybe connect automatically. Just a moment. Okay, now we got it. Okay. Hello, Jabo. Fantastic day. In this stream, I want to share with you, you know the story, part 14. And today, basically, how busy it gets in a part-time job, at Kate's part-time job. So already several months into the part-time job, and Kate is still remembering things like, hey, how to sort the articles, how to do the purchase from customers, how to do, because if you do one stroke, if you just miss one stroke, it can be actually, as a law, you can be actually sued for making this mistake. And sorting of articles, purchasing from customers, and the whole pep talk thing that I've talked about the previous story. And additionally, there were changes, updates, upgrades every single day that are incoming. So she had to remember all this stuff, plus the new things that are incoming. For example, how to use or how to treat some products and the packaging of it and so on. If it should be, some products should be really cleaned, really thoroughly, some not, and it depends and so on. Now, doing the work, they haven't any chairs, so they haven't to stand the whole damn hours, like 5-6 hours straight standing. And doing this, of course, you're not just standing here and waiting for customers. No, you're doing the packaging, you're doing the labeling, you have to do the research on the internet. If you don't know the price, there's an extra program to see those prices. Sometimes you have to call to the main to the main company to ask the price, what kind of price should be there, and so on. And then you have to do all these things, all the cleaning and so on. And you have also to look out for the cashiers, because if some customers is coming to the cashiers, you have to jump straight there. Just leave everything alone and just go to the cashiers straight away. Now, additionally, because we're in Japan, you need also to think of Japanese hospitality, which is so-called omotenashi, by shouting "irashaimase," which is translated like "welcome." But the thing is, you're not just shouting every single time customers come in. No, if nobody comes in, you have to do it every 30 seconds. Yes, if you are doing this whole thing for 5 hours, you have to do it several hundred times. Just every 30 seconds shouting "irashaimase." Really important thing, you have to do it. Now, the thing was, first of all, it was kind of, it was a little bit harsh. Kate wasn't into it, just shouting every single time with a happy smile and a happy voice, the timbre of the voice has to be good. So, another thing is also, Kate has to do some announcements every half an hour if something is new. And then the translators also in English had to do also some English announcements and so on. And they had also some Chinese people there who were working. One girl from China, she had also do the announcements in Chinese. So it was pretty busy. And the thing was, especially in winter, and if you haven't been in winter in Tokyo, don't go there, because your throat will kill you. It is super, super dry outside. It is super dry. When I mean really super dry, like there's no humidity at all, really. It is like in the freaking desert. I feel in the desert there's more humidity than there. So basically, there's super dry outside and inside. And fortunately, they had allowed to bring some drinks with them after many people complained about that they have just a freaking a sore throat, right? However, until then, it was really harsh. Now, after time in the shops, they started off to selling not just gaming consoles and mobile phones and tablets and so forth, but also uh, domestic devices, like domestic applications, um, like TVs and stuff like that, or some not refrigerator, but like things like a toaster and stuff like that. And they have to sell it too. They have to package it and sell it too, right? And the thing was, they have to buy it and sell it. The thing was, who is actually into buying out all this cheap stuff? Chinese customers. They are buying like crazy, especially when it comes to what? Tax-free. Yes. And this shop started as a tax-free service. And when the tax-free service started, what actually happened is, well, they have just one freaking cashier who can do the tax-free service. And in the same floor as Kate was, because she was the only one who could speak decent English. Yeah, and the thing was, everything was relied on her. She had to do the whole thing. Even she wasn't good in, this kind of processing thing, but she has to do translation, she has to do the negotiation and so forth. She has to keep there. And even the job, even the whole the shop closes at 9 p.m. There was a huge queue of Chinese customers buying like crazy. And when it started, like the whole shop, like all the 50 employees are just running around searching for the things, especially when video games and stuff like that, searching for the stuff and packaging all the stuff to get there. And wow, it was just really crazy for her just to make all this packaging, because when it started off, it took sometimes even an hour for one customer to go through the whole process of tax-free. It took a freaking hour because of all these things that you have write down and all these things that the customers write down and dependent how many things there are really many operations that should be done correctly without any mistakes wasn't allowed. It was normal to not having mistakes, and mistakes wasn't allowed. It was a taboo to make any mistakes there, because you can be actually sued if you make a mistake there. So it was really, really stressful for Kate and other people to doing it, especially when so many people are just going one after another. They just all want a tax-free. And they done it. And the thing was, in the beginning, when it started off tax-free, it was like till the last train at 12 a.m. they did the whole thing. So they just could catch the last train. Just imagine it. Normally you're closed at 9 p.m., but you have to do it till the last train because of so many customers who are wanting tax-free, and therefore all people are just standing in front of the cashiers. They're all lining up in front of one cashier. Not two, not three, but just one. Imagine it for a moment. And it comes even harder in spring, where the most customers came. 90% are Chinese. What happened is, it's not just 11 a.m. Because, you remember the pep talk thing? Yes. And everyone knew that Kate is living pretty close to the shop, she was pretty often selected as to do the pep talk and do all the thing. So there were even cases till they have actually made this kind of like a border. You don't have to. They made this kind of limit. They made this limit to a certain hour that the whole building closes. But before, it was just chaos. It was several times that she had to leave the shop at 1 a.m. Imagine it. It closes at 9, but she leaves at 1. More than 5 hours just to being there and doing the whole thing. It was really crazy. So yeah, this was part 13. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment for part 14. See you tomorrow.